Island Garden is a local business that offers a variety of frozen produce sourced from local farmers. Owner Lavern Caines joins us as we discuss this business venture.
Yes.
Lavern Caines, welcome back to
Welcome
Good Morning
back.
SKN.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be among you.
Oh,
Awesome.
yes, our pleasure.
So can we, as we get into the discussion, can you share with us the inspiration for this business idea or the story behind the launch of this business?
Okay, well, mine is an interesting one. I actually wrote it down in a journal in 2018.
Okay.
You know, Habakkuk say, write down the vision and make it plain.
Yes.
So I did exactly that. And then last year, 2022, I actually started to actualize that dream. So I wrote a business plan. I got financing. I did research. I had a nephew of mine who was in college do some exit research for supermarket shoppers. I did the whole work. I did the work. I put in the work. And then by April this year, my goods were actually in the supermarket. So it always was a dream of mine to do something. The funny thing is that generations before me, at least 3 generations before me in my family, my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother, they were enterprising.
Oh, nice.
And I said, but we have almost lost the enterprising spirit in this family.
Yes.
So I have really reawakened it now with Island Garden.
Oh, nice. I was going to ask, and I like the fact that you said you write it down. You're a woman that wears many hats and you do many things. Are all those things written down and then you bring them into fruition?
Some were, some aren't. I'm only now realizing the importance of writing down stuff.
Okay.
Because when you write them, but they say writing something has to, helps you to recall it, helps you to remember it and keep it in the forefront of your mind. And so I thought it was important then to write this down. In fact, I also have another business idea that I have written down.
Ooh.
Because, when you write it down, you see it and you tweak it and you add something else and you take away something else. So yes, I would encourage anybody to write down any idea they have. If it's midnight, jump up out your bed and get a pen and write it down.
Write it down. I like that.
Miss Lavern, there's this popular saying, grow what you eat and eat what you grow. How relevant do you think is that phrase?
You see today, 2023, you see climate change and food security and all of that.
Yeah.
Listen, I had to do this. I remember passing by some vendors a few years ago and everybody had tomatoes. I mean, there were tomatoes from one stall to the next, lovely tomatoes. And I say, but practically speaking, these people can't all sell these tomatoes.
Yes.
I mean, they're producing more tomatoes than the market is demanding.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, what do they do with these tomatoes? And in fact, that was the genesis of this whole project of mine. So I engaged the Ministry of Agriculture and I said, can you give me any statistics about wastage and spoilage? And they told me conservatively that millions of dollars end up in the landfill or maybe go back to the earth each year. Millions, not hundreds and thousands, millions. And so effectively, it means that we are producing more than maybe we can eat. So how do you preserve that? And then how do you reduce the seasonality? Because if you see tomatoes right before a month and then the next 2 months you don't see tomatoes. And so my project, this exercise, this enterprise is really to remove the seasonality of produce and make them available year round. I mean, our foreparents used to, we say corn stuff, put salt and stuff to preserve them. We have freezing and electricity now. And so that is the next alternative. So if you want to grow what you eat, freeze what you eat.
I certainly
agree. And you get it and you'll have it for its longevity.
Yeah, it doesn't spoil in the freezer.
Exactly. Let's talk about the launch. Was it a soft one or was it a big one?
There really was no launch. I started in April. The first supermarket that took my products was Value Mart.
Okay.
And then, then they were in Best Buy, then Kuma's, and then recently I didn't even have to ask. Or the Brisbane Cash and Carry reached out to me to ask me for the products. I did a TV ad, and I understand the powerful nature of social media, and so I am milking Instagram and Facebook. Well, more Instagram, and I know that that Instagram covers a different demographic.
Yes.
So it's mostly young people, but yeah, young people love smoothies.
That's true.
Nice.
So, share with us some of the different types of frozen products that you have.
Okay, we have started out with 6 products. We have grated coconut, shredded coconut. We have smoothie, soursop, string beans, and okra. The string beans and okra are not on the market yet, and here why. I reached out to the farmer who I've spoken about to get the string beans from, but it had been so dry. And so when she gave me an estimate as to when they'll be ready, and when I called her back, she said, Miss Caines, I can't sell you these, and so there you go. And so because climate change are doing us, not doing us a favor.
That's true.
And so mangoes, there were a lot of mangoes in February and March. This is when you normally see mangoes. You're not seeing them in abundance anymore.
Yes.
And this is July almost.
That's true.
And so you could see if you track the changes in the climate as it relates to the productivity of some of these produce, you see there's a relationship. So, we have to make hay when the sun shines.
Yeah, I like this thing.
And Miss Caines, I see when you came in studio, you came in with a nice package.
Yes.
Can you just show the audience?
I thought that I would...
Let me hold one for you.
This one is the smoothie bag.
Yes.
And in fact, that is one of our more popular products, the smoothie. There is a 4-ingredient package. It has pineapples, bananas, soursop, and sun melon.
Oh, nice.
So... And we're selling convenience. That's the thing. We're selling convenience. People are busy. People don't have time to prepare stuff and shop for stuff. So you go to the supermarket, you grab a bag. That bag makes about 5 cups.
Wow.
5 cups of smoothie. So if you're a family of 5, everybody could get a cup every day. If you're a family of 2, you could stretch it to 2 days. But then you could add anything to it. You can add coconut water, juice, water, and stretch it further. You could add more fruits to it. But, effectively, that is the base that you can start with and have a healthy meal.
I like that. Andre, you're looking at the front of the package, right?
Listen, the slogan alone is so attractive. It says Island Garden, locally grown, nutritiously sealed. It's beautiful. So when you go to the supermarket, look out for it.
Yes,
Island Garden. It's local, y'all. So it has to be good.
The elderly can work with this very well. Indeed. And I'm not being funny about this. Look at this. She caters for everyone. The writing is big enough for everyone to see.
Absolutely.
Careful thought was going into
indeed.
I did a lot of research. And that is why we're saying that we support local farmers, because truly there is almost like there's a concept about the circular economy, so that you support the farmers support somebody else, support somebody else, and it goes around.
Right.
And because we're also promoting organic stuff, so I ask my farmers, how much chemicals are you using? I prefer that you don't use, and importantly, our business check 7, which is almost like more than a third of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Oh, nice.
So we are a green business effectively, and we want to make sure that whatever is done now would be sustainable for generations after us.
Wow.
And I like this venture you went into, Lavern, because can you imagine out season of mango season, you can have mangoes to your fingertips and fruits that you would normally find at a certain times. You can have them to your fingertips.
Exactly.
This is awesome.
That is the premise upon which this business was set, to remove the seasonality of food.
Right.
So you could have mango 12 months. You could have soursop 12 months. You could have anything 12 months. So in as much as we've started off with 6 products, the whole idea is to expand the portfolio. So we actually have about 2, 3, 4 more products. We have not printed the packaging yet, but we would make the assessment as we go along to see how these 6 are doing. And people are even telling us what to bring anyway.
Oh, nice. That's good. How important is customer feedback?
We've been getting some really good customer feedback. In fact, one gentleman said to me, has the Minister of Agriculture called you yet? I said, no. He said, Miss Caines, the Minister of Agriculture hasn't called you yet. Has he seen what you're doing? Has he seen this? I said, he hasn't called me, but we've spoken, because I was at an event and he was there, and he did compliment me about the business and all of that. So, but I think he was basically saying that everybody should really stand up and pay attention to this, because we really don't need to bring these items in on the ship when we could when we have them here.
Right here.
Dole and Welch's and whoever else bring, they don't need to come. I'm sorry.
True. That's true. And we don't know what's in them.
Exactly. On top of that, the ship that come here polluted. Well, they're emitting pollutants.
Exactly.
I mean, I tell you, I'm doing a green business, and so I can make a strong case for the fact that we really should think about using what we have. You asked the question earlier about eating what we grow. We're growing it. If we can all consume it all at once, then we'll package it and it'll be there.
Yeah, exactly.
When I did the training for the food handlers permit, the gentleman who did the training said that if you freeze an item from now until God comes, as long as it remains at the proper temperature, it will never go bad.
Yes.
And people think that, well, maybe the nutrition is compromised in frozen foods.
Yes.
Nothing like that. I did endless research, and all of the research is refuting that. In fact, if you freeze the produce at a particular time after it's picked, it probably even have more nutrition than when you eat it just like that. So there is a case now that frozen food is as good or better than food that is that you eat, you consume just after you reap it. So there is good reason to use frozen food.
Anything that sits, it ages well.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
So to speak,
yes, absolutely.
And I must say this, Miss Lavern, and for the love of me, folks, get creative. Miss Lavern Caines, she get creative, and I tend to realize locals in particular, as soon as someone starts a venture, you see several persons coming on board. Get creative, guys. Come up with something else. Miss Caines, do it, and you can do it too. No, it's a
that is a good observation.
Yes, I've observed
an excellent observation.
Someone comes up with an idea, several persons start to do this same thing. I love this.
That's an excellent observation. But I can tell you that one person was wise enough to tell me, well, Miss Caines, you raise the bar so high with this packaging. That is probably a barrier to entry. And I'm like, well, not really. You never know. But I can tell you that I have one step that I would go ahead. And you're right. I mean, in small societies, when you start something, everybody is thinking, I can do that too. I can do that. But you see these packages? I don't know. You're going to have to invest in these.
And just looking at the product, just feeling everything is just as good as Dole.
Yes.
Even better. It is just well.
And the fact that I don't have to grate coconut.
Yeah, that's what we're selling, convenience. People are busy. I mean, I thought about the woman on the industrial side, hustling to go to work at morning. She can make her children a smoothie before she go. Or maybe coming home from work, she wants to make some coconut dumpling. She can go buy coconut, grate it, knock it out, take it out the shell, cut up her hands. We'll do that for you. So we're really selling convenience, all the while we're moving seasonality of fruits and vegetables. We can do it.
Are these products in Nevis?
Not yet.
Nevis, what are we doing? She's right here. You can contact her and get them over there.
Somebody reached out and called me, and she was so desperate. She said, "But Miss, can't you even send it over on the board?" I'm like, "But you said, but our boards are not refrigerated, and maybe I could put a couple of packages in a cooler."
Yes.
But if people get unseen enough or desperate enough, I could go to that route. But they're not in Nevis yet. But that is the plan. In fact. I do not want this product to remain in St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm even looking at the neighboring islands. St. Martin, Seychelles, Anguilla, Sable. We have a boat that is running between the islands now. So I am not going to limit myself to this market.
I will advise you
to. I have been encouraged when people have seen the quality of the packaging. I've been encouraged by a lot of people to take it outside of St. Kitts, that would be my plan eventually.
I must ask you, Lavern, are you open for partnership?
Absolutely. I am ready to scale this business like tomorrow.
So those folks that are watching in St. Martin, if they have the equipment, if they have the manpower, reach out to Miss Lavern Caines and she'll definitely give you a piece of the pie.
And why you should go to Nevis? You see they have the upcoming Mango Festival. And Nevis says they have over 44 types of mangoes.
Absolutely.
Some mangoes
Well, actually mango is coming. Actually have the packaging already for mangoes.
Okay.
But I'm planning I may go across to Nevis because I think Nevis produces more mangoes than us.
Oh yes, they do. They do.
So, and some farmer, they would be able to make some money. I mean, I want to this business, I didn't say that, but this business, ultimately I want to have a factory.
Yeah.
And I want to employ mostly women. And my thing is, I've said this, I've prayed about it. I don't want to pay anybody any minimum wage.
Oh.
And especially if it's women with children and maybe, single parent.
Right.
And so that is my dream. So, if I'm to actualize that, I have to go all the way. I have to. In fact, my son is telling me, "Mommy, I think you need to get a farm."
Yes, nice. He's seeing it.
And plan stuff. And if I get a farm again, I'm going to. I don't. This minimum wage thing and me don't get along.
I like that.
And so I'm thinking that if I reach the stage, when I reach the stage where I can actually start a factory, then 99% of my employees really are going to be women at every level.
Lining up now, especially for those watching, be like, Miss Caines.
I'm very serious.
Nice.
I always believe that women get the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that it is fair to us. And so I've actually prayed about this. I said I wrote it down, but I more than write it down. I actually pray about it, and I know that eventually that would happen. As I said, whenever the opportunity arises to scale this business, I shall scale.
Indeed.
Nice.
Ms. Lavern, just before we go, you've mentioned Instagram. Are there any other platforms they could contact you just to get in touch or their hand on this product?
Well, we're on Instagram as Island Gardens stkittsnevis, and also on Facebook, Island Gardens stkittsnevis. And we share a lot of information. We don't just post pictures. We share recipes.
Nice.
We share nutrition information. We share all sorts of stuff. In fact, I'm sure we've posted over 50 items already on our Instagram page. We also have a TV ad, and so it's about engagement as well. And so we want people to engage us. A lady tagged us the other day when she was making a smoothie in the kitchen. Aww. And we've been getting some really good reviews about people who have used the products.
Yes.
So it's been good, and it will get better.
It certainly will.
We have to thank all of the people who have started to support us. The early adopters, I call them. Yeah. And as the word spread, I'm sure that more people, when people want frozen products, they would think of Island Garden and forget the imported stuff.
Yes.
And by the way, there are no preservatives in these goods. There's no preservatives. No preservatives.
Even better.
Or natural, as we say it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wow.
Certainly agreeing with the theme. Eat what you grow and grow what you eat. Well, Miss Lavern Caines, that's all the time we have this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Coming.
Well, thank you for having me. I absolutely appreciate your kindness to reach out to me to come on here.
Of course. Nice. And there you have it, folks. Go grab yourself a package. It's already out. It's in Value Mart. And I'm sure ODB
Value Mart, you said ODB, Best Buy.
And Kumaz, just next door.
Okay.
All locally grown folks. Can't get any better than that.